What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? This is Mjmg Media Group Mondays by way of Epic TV. Today we have a special guest. We got John Claiborne. This is a producer, passionate. This brother does outreach. He's a Grammy Award winner. I could go down a ton of accolades what this brother does, and he's super humble, so I'm gonna do it for him just in case he don't do it. But the man is a man of many hats, gloves, and shoes. We're gonna go into his video. After that, we're gonna bring him out and we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna hear straight from him his journey, what's in the future, and what he got going on right now. So we're gonna go into that. We're gonna go into anything I want. We're gonna set it off with that, and then we're gonna have this brother come in, do what he do. I'm Spud Brooklyn. Shout out to Philosophy, who's in the background taking care of all the stuff that he gotta do for us to make this happen. So shout out to him, and I want to shout out to everybody that's on right now watching and listening. Please do take this time to share this. This will be very insightful, and we're gonna have a good time. You guys are gonna witness a great conversation, so why not be a part of it? Again, this is Mjmg Media Group Presents Monday nights with Epic TV, where we highlighting with SHU, Shoe Studio, myself, Spur Brooklyn, and we go from there. So we're going to have the video set up in a few minutes, I guess a few seconds, and then we're going to go from there. So shout it out to everybody again. I really look forward to this. We were chopping it up earlier before we even got on here, and the vibe was already set. And it was at one point I had to tell him, let's chill. Let's get this conversation going on screen. But, you know, you can't change the vibe. So we're going to continue that, have everybody join with us. So give us a second while we get this going, and we will be right with you all. And please feel free to use the comments. We will be checking out the comments, so please show that. Shout out to everybody coming on. Also, shout out to Miss Jackson. I see you on with the fires early. I want to send a big shout out to Miss Jackson Media Group. Always branding and pushing artists to their limits. Shout out to Tony Bosco, who's on too. Shout out to everybody. I want to shout out artists supporting artists, creatives supporting creatives. If we don't do it, who will? So take this time to share with everybody you do. And of course, again, like I was saying, the feed is going to be open. I'm going to be checking the comments. Please feel free to comment, ask your questions. This will be a very great time to do that. This brother has an extensive journey. He's been on some of the platforms that we watch on TV. He's actually been awarded some of these things. So you most definitely want to get your pen and pad out, take some notes, or ask those questions, and I will most definitely do it. So yes, we are ready to drop this video. Let's do this video. Let's go right into it. This is Anything I Want. Let's check that out real quick.
Military man. Counting 50s, counting hundreds, that's my therapy. Getting bread, you think I was dating Sarah Lee. But instead, let me tell you why they mad at me. Cause be eating and they salary is losing calories. She say my car cooling, wet enough to drown, you could call it carpooling. Make her seasick every time my car moving. Shark Tank got me feeling like the Black Mark Cuban. That just mean my TV's on. Swingers on my whip, known to dance and twist more than white boy Chris. Back pocket money, you could call it payback. Pat say Jack the way my lag lay flat, spinning on the wheels of fortune. Can't you see I'm scorching? Pop trunk got the caddy looking like it's morphing. Ew, hate on me or my deposits. Before I give a care, I'd go and bulletproof my wallet.
All these fights I can't help but see. Go anywhere, I can have it and eat. And never can shine, yeah. Money flowing, a big rolling. All these fights I can't help but see.
When I was broke, could only afford to pay attention. I'm studying the moves of grace that pulled up in them Benzes, and now I'm winning. Mention of my name and it's evidence. My likeness to them is synonymous with dead presidents. Ironic to be free with a pocket of slave masters. Jimmy Choo's, heated floors with views of Calabasas. But monopoly with property, having so many assets that my kids are accounted for in the family. I was born to be the GOAT. Hell, all my folks at the petting zoo, Michelin star cuisine. It's karma feast for the revenue, champagne for the pain. We was in the kitchen inhaling from discipline or regret. I really didn't have to choose. Woo! Knowing my mindset's different, they find that difference to downplay like I ain't winning. These rims ain't spinning, these bottles ain't popping, the money ain't spinning, and all these women ain't here cause the young boy winning. Look at their faces.
All these lights, they can't help but see me. Go anywhere, I can have it. And everything's shiny, yeah. Money flowing, it's big rolling. Yeah, all these lights, they can't help but see me.
I got them like, get back on the pen, do it again. Been focused on the business plan is to win. Renaissance, putting in work, consistently getting the win. I'm talking Grammys, Golden Globe, Emmys. Yeah, the journey long, persistently making money calls. Hustle to get our money on, grinding to keep the money long. Hours and hours counting the money long. And she wanted hours and hours, I'm talking money long. Just a reference to the song, back to that paper route. Stacks to the ear like a phone, I'm posting paper clout. Send me quarterly residuals, that's a real paper route. Who you think I thought I was and what you haters thinking about? Counting 50s, counting hundreds, that's my therapy. I'm in a threesome with the Debbie Cakes and Sarah Lee. Counting 50s, counting hundreds, that's my therapy. Living legends say that term when you mention me.
All these lights, they can't help but see me. Go anywhere, I can have it. And everything's shiny, yeah. Money flowing, it's big rolling. Yeah, all these lights, they can't help but see me. And everything's shiny, yeah. Money flowing, it's big rolling. Yeah, all these lights, they can't help but see me. Yeah.
And the man of the hour, seconds and minutes. Let's bring out John Claiborne himself.
Appreciate you.
What's going on, my brother? What's going on?
Man, appreciate you having me. What's up?
Oh, thank you. Before we even go into like the meat of it all, right? Because I know a lot of our viewers are on right now. They want to get to the meat of it. But before we get to the meat of it, man, could you give us a little background of like where you started, where you from, where you rep, who you are for those who don't know and just know the now you. Like let's introduce
All
let's
right.
you introduce yourself.
What's up? I go by John Claiborne, formerly known as Mixed by Claiborne back in my early days. I started in 2007 with Clout Records. I went straight from my bedroom. I DM'd them on MySpace. I said, "Hey, what's up? I see y'all working in the city. I'm a producer engineer," and they said, "Come through." And luckily, I BS my way through the studio. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is this new software? What are these people?" But they stuck with me. I stuck with them, and so 2008, yeah, we released Lil Peace, his Young and his Reckless album, and then the other album, and that was my first start right here in Dallas. And then I went on there from went to Session Works where Dero Music did Ice Cream Paint Job.
Nice.
Of course, that's history at this point. Twisted Black was coming through there before he went to, before he got locked up. So, this was the before Twisted. So this was like fresh on that. I'm a fool with it, like right when that dropped. So, and of course there was a whole era where, Atlanta got the Freaknik, but Dallas got that whole era in about 2010 with Club DMX, Club Beamers, Club Jamie's Rhythm. Like, yeah, we all know what, so, the whole boogie movement. I was in the thick of it with, the Party Boys, the GS Boys back in the day. So it was, Ricochet. It was a lot of people just running around, just causing a ruckus. And then from there, I went to LA and met with a whole bunch of other new cast of people, worked with a great talented people. And the history is is history from there. But Dallas, Texas is where my musical roots are from. Yes, the boogie movement and Clout Records is where I started from. So it don't get more Dallas than that.
So now You gave us now before all this. What lured you into music?
I was just a musical child just from the jump. I mean, my parents told stories of I was crawling on the floor to touch my dad's hi-fi stereo, like 2, 3 years old, just pushing buttons on his stereo, and they got so fed up with it, they just started buying me my own, audio equipment. I had a little Fisher Price record player. I still have it somewhere. It's like a little basic Fisher Price record player, but I have pictures of me spinning Thriller and Prince albums on that thing, like 5 years old. So, I mean, Quincy Jones, I'm right behind me, the We Are the World poster,
Mm,
which, Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, and that right there is my inspiration to be the Quincy Jones, just orchestrating a cast of songwriters and producers into just awesome music.
I love that. I love that. So you had it in you from young. You finagled your way into a studio, and you got to do what you got to do when you say you love this, right? You got to do what you got to do.
I mean, yeah, and when you want it bad enough, when you want to get to that next level, you'll kind of do anything to get to that next level as well. So all of it and in between. And it's weird. My mom's a biochemist and my dad's a double master's in mechanical engineering, and they birthed a music producer. So I don't know.
Hey, yeah,
I don't know where it came from.
it's the science and engineering of it all. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go.
So after you got into the studio and you was making your way around, tell us a little bit about that travel and the learning you got that kind of you took from then and you keep with you now.
There's a lot I learned that I took from the early days that I just didn't, you take it for granted. Like even like I middle school band. That's where I first learned to read sheet music.
Look at
And
nice.
you're just in band, you're a kid in middle school, you don't think nothing of it. But I'm sitting here decades later, like I can read sheet music because I learned it in middle school. So it's like just the little details along the way just all adds up to this fountain of knowledge. When it comes to music producing, especially now with a lot of technology and software, like you just gotta constantly keep up. Like, oh, what's that dog? Oh, what's that plugin? Show me how you use that. Like,
Yeah,
you don't even care if you're gonna use it, but it's just like, no, show me how that works. Let me see what people are doing these days, and just keeping up. So, just that early stage of what's this is allowing me to keep up in my older age of what's this, oh, AI now, okay, cool, let's do it, instead of, oh, we didn't used to do that back in my day. No,
yeah,
I'm embracing all the new, anything new. So my early days of just being curious has now just led me to being relevant because I'm still curious.
I
So
love that. I
yeah,
love that. I love you have to travel along with the time.
yeah,
And you
have
take
to.
what you can then and you travel along with and some stuff you're gonna throw away. Some stuff you're gonna throw away, some stuff. Early in the show I mentioned how humble this brother is. His brother's humble. Right now, he could pop his collar and he could talk about a whole lot of stuff.
Man,
I wanna go into when you really saw, your turn of events in I would say success or advancement, accolades, however we want to decorate it. When was that moment when you was like, yeah, I'm on to it?
I would say that's a twofold answer. There's like an inner discovery, and then there's like an outer discovery.
Mm,
Where like the inner discovery was I met Dr. Dre's engineer in LA, and he was this cat where you in your head you're like, yo, I'm about to get the gems of the industry out this guy. Like he's about to just put me on to so much game. So I'm in the studio with him, and I'm looking over his shoulder and I'm like looking for the gems, like he's about to push the magic button any moment. Like this, and he spins his chair around to me and says, so how do you like get clients and like get and meet new people to work with? And I'm looking around like, you talking to me? He's like, yeah, like I saw you working with so and so on Instagram the other day. How do you get new clients and how do you? I'm like, no, 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 no. Like this isn't I'm supposed to be asking you the questions. Like, wait a minute, what are you trying to get at here? And he was basically in a situation where this was,
Go.
starts now. Got it. So yeah, and it's just it doesn't change from there. As long as you maintain what you're doing and who you are, like that doesn't stop, and it keeps going. You do it again, keeps going. So it's just that's definitely a life changer. Win your first Grammy, definitely will change your life.
I want to point out. I want to point out to our viewers like how subtle he is. Yeah, when I won my first Grammy, like,
Man,
oh,
look,
I won my first Grammy, and could you share with the people who this was and what came along with this, like the
okay,
Grammy?
the first one, and look, I like to put it like this: it could have been anybody. This is why it's always good to just to be ready and trust the you call it luck, fate, universe, whatever. But as long as you're ready when your card is pulled, that's it. So I'm in LA. It's just a regular session to me, just a Tuesday. Somebody hits me up saying like, "Hey, I got a session. Okay, how many hours we'll do? What's your price? Got it. Okay, on the calendar, whatever." Like to me, I'm a music producer engineer. I do that every day, all day. It was a regular person, a regular studio, nothing special. So in walks this songwriter. Her name's Cadence. She's brand new to LA. I'm kind of new to LA. We're both kind of brand new to the game in general. So we're just looking at each other like, yo, I got something to prove. You got something to prove. What you got? What's up? She pulls out this file folder with just like names in it. Like you open a beat folder and it said like DJ Mustard, Hit Boy, like uh Zaytoven. You're just looking at her like, where did you get this? Like, where did you get this? we
Yeah.
ain't are we supposed to have this? So I'm just like, yo, okay, you're who are you? And she's just like, I'm just a nobody. Like, what's in that folder? And I'm like, you don't know what's in this. So I'm picking the beat. She doesn't know what's in it. I pick a Hit Boy beat. I'm just like, this is crazy. I'm pick a Hit Boy
You're
beat,
going
put it
for
on
it.
there.
You're just gonna go
Yeah,
for it.
I put it on. She starts writing, and we, write a joint to it. It was dope. Came out great. But like I said, it was just another session. I went on with my day. She went on with her day. 2 hours. No, not 2 hours. 2 years later,
Mhm.
she hits
Okay.
me up and says, "Hey, Hit Boy and Ariana Grande love the song." I'm like, "Hit Boy and who?" She said, "Ariana Grande." I was like, "Oh, I know who that is." I'm googling like Ariana Grande. Yeah. I know who. So I'm not gonna lie and say, "Oh, I'm just the biggest pop Ariana Grande fan." No, I really actually had to like research her body of work and be like, "Okay, this is who has my song." And then from there it was just it could be anything. She has it. That doesn't mean anything. You haven't landed anything. So now it's just like, okay, you're still calm. It's cool. She has it, whatever. Another 6 months go by. Hey, it landed on the album.
Mm.
Oh, word? Oh, now we're talking. Okay.
Now the
Yeah,
conversation has
yeah.
amplified.
I'm like, okay, so what we looking at? She's like, yeah, track 12. I'm like, okay, so barely made it on there or whatever. That could be strategy, whatever. And then, 6 months after that is the Grammy nomination. And then from there, my light bulb clicked as into how all this works because the A&R secret to that is that whole Ariana Grande thing was a strategy play set up by her record label in that if you look up that year she won, it was 2009. No, she dropped the album 2018. The Grammy nominations were 2019. Both of those years was no Taylor Swift, no
Mhm.
Beyonce, no Rihanna, no Justin Bieber. You can cross over to the men. It was like no Ed
There
Sheeran.
was
Like there
nothing
was
going
like
on.
nothing. Her albums, her labels just said go 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 go. So I like as soon as the nominations came out and I saw the other nominees, I was like, oh, whoa, this is a win right here. Like this is who are these other people even? Like yo, I'm like yo, Ariana, this is like a home run hitter with nobody else's all stars playing in the game. You're just like yo, this is a clear like home run for her record label. So of course now you see the plays. What she won the Grammy. Now she's got a whole makeup line that she's doing. She got
Mhm.
like all kinds of business, endorsement. It's like it's you see the plays, you're like, okay, got it. Now the second one That was with Killer Mike recently on
Yes.
his Grammy sweep. So
You
shout
feel me?
out Killer Mike.
Shout out
And
to you. Shout out to you
look,
too.
look, no, look, look. First of all, look, I'm gonna go ahead and rewind
See,
that back.
I'm not gonna let you get away, man.
Okay, so the second one, I'm over here just like, just saying like, yo, what can we do next? What's on my plate? I'm thinking music publishing. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's do some music publishing. Who's down to do it? A few of the homies are like, hey, I'm down, I'm down. One of the homies was Jay Rhodes. Been knowing him since 2011, 10,
Okay.
something like that, a long time. So I'm like, bro, say less, no question. Sign him up. He dropped 50 beats on me. Like, just here. Let's see what we can do. They've been collecting dust on my drive. I'm like, this is what this is for. Say less. None of those 50 beats did anything. I'm still stifling through them. I look up and he's like, hey, bro, I got a placement. I'm like, what? Oh, he's like, yeah, Killer Mike. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. Killer
Yes.
Mike's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Hey, Grammy nominated. Wait, bro.
He's like,
What?
wait, hold on. Wait a second. Wait.
What, bro? Killer Mike. I'm like going through the internet. Like, did something happen that I missed? Did I miss something? Okay, album. Yeah. What? How did we get here? I'm just like, and then I see the nominees, and I'm just like, ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. I'm like, So I'm trying to figure out the chess move of everything. So I'm like, okay, if Drake really wanted it, he's got the most power of everybody. He could just swipe everybody and just, nah, I want all my Grammy. He could just take it home. I'm like, I don't think he wants it. Like, you could just see Drake's energy. He's just not really feeling none of that no more. He's just being silly, doing all this stuff. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Drake don't want it. Then he had Nas, Travis Scott. I'm like,
There was a lot going on.
So it was kind of a toss up. Travis Scott's got a young enough crowd to say like, hey, the kids might have it this year. Like,
Yep.
okay, so when he came in, just I was like, bro, are you kidding me? I was like, two? I was like, okay. And then you just gotta, people are saying like, but you orchestrated signing the producer at the right time. I'm just sitting here like, bro, I just signed the homie. We were just fooling around doing publishing. I didn't mean it. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't. But no, you kind of have to at the same time just be like, oh yeah,
That's
I
right.
meant to do that. Yeah, that was
And not
in the
even
play
you meant to.
all
You
along.
did it. You did it. You know what I'm saying? You did it. That you said something earlier, and I wanted to correct you. When you were saying like, yo, it could have happened to anybody, and it couldn't have, brother. It couldn't have, because
I
the
mean,
time, the energy, the place you was, the right thing you said or didn't say, it all played a part in that.
true.
In April 3rd of 2022, you wrote something, and you wrote, the Grammys has been a touchy subject for a long time, and you said until things change, you kind of remain who you are. You said, yo, I don't want to discredit my achievements and boycott, but instead I want to encourage my peers to celebrate their own way. And when I read that and I saw that, that's why you are where you are and how you are and what you got and deserve, is because how your outlook was and the energy you put towards it, it came back to you, my brother. I told you earlier, I ain't letting you get away, man. I'm not, I'm not, I'm not letting you get away. But after all
Yeah.
that, has it changed for you? You know, people always say, has it changed? How the people around you change, or the people who want to be around you change? If has anything different happened, or does it spark something in you?
I will say you have to like play it to what you feel and what you believe. You could swing it either way depending on what you want. So I can fall into the temptation and entertain, the Jezebels that come around these type of scenarios, or like the pushers and the hustlers, or the get rich quick guys, and try to see what I could do with them. Or I could just sit back and see what I naturally attract. And what that tends to do is attract just raw talent, raw emotional people, raw creative people who are just actually trying to do the right thing and still be as creative as possible with as much freedom as possible. So that's kind of how I run my publishing company, what now is a record label apparently, where it's just like, my artist Jasmine Rosaline, I give her full creative freedom.
Hmm.
I'm just more of her curator. She'll say, I want to do this, I want to do this, and I want to do that. And then I translate it into something that's, applicable and digestible to the market or to other people and be like, cool, that's a great idea. This is what this looks like in its final form. If you want to go ahead and do this, and she'll be like, yes or no, change a few things. But the idea is to get her comfortable with, you need to have an opinion first. And then
Yes.
people mold their opinion around what you want to do.
True
Instead
indeed.
of, if you go in a room and people start dictating things before you said anything, I want you to see that as a red flag. And if you move on from me or not, take that and live and learn from that, and go on to the next phase of life, knowing and being better for that. So, if anybody that comes on, working with me, it's more or less like, what do you want to do? That's what I ask first. What do you want to do? I want to do children's music. Really? Yeah. Bro, I got like 18 people wanting to do Disney stuff. Are you serious? Like, I'm like, if that, yeah, I'll have you do kids music all day if
All
that's what
day.
you want to do. So you ask people what they want to do, and they'll just lay out everything they're willing to do, and you just be like, bet, I got this for you. We could do this. We could set up a play and do that. So you're actually surprised how many people will operate on a more dictator like level in a
Oh
in a
yeah.
creative space like this, where it's like, how are you gonna sit here and tell the artist what to do? Like, you sit in these four walls all day.
All day.
Like, what are you doing telling people what to do?
You
So
you you fast forward over a lot of information in that, and
right,
I wanna touch on that. You mentioned publishing and sync and then record label, and I'm under the assumption you're talking Renaissance, right?
right.
So could you please go a little bit more into what started it? What the meaning behind it? What was the mind frame of just starting? How you started? Because I believe you transitioned from like the pub sync into a label itself. So could you walk us through that real quick?
At first, I actually started it on the cusp of the first Grammy, as in, like, I learned to do what they do, create plays based off of other plays. So I looked at the play of, okay, if we're gonna win this Grammy, I need to do something extravagant. I need to do something wild and crazy. What can I do? And it's like, what if I just started a company and just started it? I didn't have any idea what it was gonna be. That's why the name, the logo, everything is just ambiguous. Renaissance. It doesn't mean anything because I could change it at any point in time if I felt like I want to do this right now. So it first started as just me doing business as Renaissance. Just simple as that. I didn't have anything else to do with it. And then over time, I got the idea of, I want to run this as more of like a music production, film production company. I want to
Mhm.
help other people produce their music. Oh, I need mixing and mastering. Okay, great. Well, we also have producers. We also have musicians. We got access to studios. What else do you need? Oh, I do. I need some videos. Okay, I just bought a Blackmagic 6K camera. We can put that on a gimbal and shoot you a little something. Okay, bet. What else do you need? What else do you want to do?
Mhm.
And you just dig into people, and they'll just tell you all the services that they want out of you, and you'll just, okay, what else can
What
we,
else you
you
need?
know
Yeah.
what, I actually need to work on that. I need to do that kind of service. People keep asking me for that. So I just base it off of what my friends need and what other people want. I really don't do anything but have worked with my friends this whole time, my whole career. So whatever they want, whatever they need, I just make a business out of it, and just move it from there.
How was the business, especially sync and publishing for you as a producer? How did that feel? How did it look? A lot of artists don't understand the importance or the benefits of either. So
Right.
could you touch on that a little bit?
I got into the sync world by complete accident, as in,
Yeah,
like,
I'm not letting you do that, bro.
no, okay,
I'm not letting you do that. Today, you're not doing it, man.
okay, well, okay. It was accident, but it was a very good accident that I learned from, thankfully. So it was a good accident. So I'm in the studio. I'm working with this artist named Versi. He's a dope